Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host Jeffrey Lazarus, and welcome back to Multiplayer Mondays on the Gaming Vector. And this week we are playing Might and Magic Clash of Heroes. This game's been out for a while on Xbox Live Arcade. I believe it is also on PC, although don't quote me on that, I'm not entirely sure. But I've been playing around with a little bit with it today and found that it does still have a multiplayer community, so I thought I would record a match for you guys. So we're going to be doing Xbox Live, we'll do Quick Match, and we will do a 1v1. Now, unfortunately, since it does still have such a community, most of these guys have been playing a lot longer than I have. Let's go ahead and search for a match and see if we can't get connected to one here. Yeah, you can see this guy's level 332, I'm level 34. Let me go ahead and find what character I want to play as. So he's taking Ludmilla with the Spider Swarm. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and take this guy with Death March, and we will ready up. Now, we have 3 different units to choose from here. Typically, in this Undead Necromantic set, I usually take all zombies, just because they can spread plague, and then also, I think I will take vampires and ghosts. These wraiths, death knights, and bone dragons, you can see the indicator that shows they take 4 spaces instead of 2. They're really powerful units, but they can get to be a pain in the ass. And then here we actually get to pick an item that will... It's basically a relic that will help us out. Now, we could increase the power of our vampires, but me personally, I like to take the Crown of Thorns, especially when going against another guy that's using the Necromancers, because, yeah, he took Spider Cloak. I believe that's Spider Cloak. So all of his stuff's going to be more powerful, but he's not going to have as much HP to work with. It's a risky gambit, but if he gets the attacks in first, then, yeah, it's pretty much a no contest. So as you can see, he's at the bottom of the screen, I'm at the top, and you can see all the different colored units, as well as my vampires and my ghost unit down here. So I need to figure out what I'm going to do, and I need to figure it out pretty quick. Because if I don't block pretty much everything he does, he's going to kill me pretty fast. Now that's the other thing though, since he took the Spider Cloak, he starts out at 25, and I'm draining 2 HP from him each turn. So what I'm going to do, first off, I'm going to delete this purple one. That will give me an attack and also give me an extra turn to work with. Or not really an extra turn, so to speak, but an extra move this turn. Now, I believe I will just simply delete these 2 because that will give me the ghost and a wall to help protect myself. And now, do I have... I do. I can get... let's see here. Yeah. We'll delete that purple one. We'll bring this blue one over and get our vampire going. And then I will just delete this green one so we can get that vampire up next turn. Now you can see the enemy turn. And then if you see the icon next to my name that's slowly filling up, that is the Death March ability that I had, which will let me take any of these elite units, the vampires or the ghosts, without putting creatures on them and instantly charge them so they'll be able to attack. As you can see, he's setting up. He's got a ghost over there on the side. We're going to need to definitely try and block that damage, because once its turn counter goes down, you can see like my vampire has a 4 on it. Her ghost has a 3 on it, as does my ghost. When that turn counter hits 0, then the creature will attack. Oh, and he's going to try and double stack the ghosts. That'll actually fuse them together and make them much more powerful. So let's get our vampire going. There we are. Now, I don't have a good way to set a wall in front of the ghost just yet. So I'm going to call in my reinforcements, and there we are. Okay. So we'll delete that, create a wall, so you can see 3 vertical creates an attack formation, 3 horizontal creates a wall. Unfortunately, with my vampire sitting there, it's going to become very difficult to actually build up walls. Not liking where this is going so far. Well, let's just delete that guy, and then that'll give us a few options on the next turn. At least that's my hope. Now, the thing is, I don't know that he will actually be able to get that second blue ghost going on this turn. He may try and slap it on there right before the other one goes off. I guess hoping that I don't notice that he's got it setting there ready to go. It's a little silly, but I can understand. Okay, so let's just bring this blue one over here. We'll create a unit. Now, you see that chain icon that actually linked up with the vampire? Since they're the same color and going off at the same time, then they will actually get a boost. They will boost one another. Now, let's just move this guy over here. And then move this green fella over here to create another wall. There we are, and you see that formed in actually a larger wall, so now we've got a little bit of protection from that ghost. And he does have the turns to get that other one attached to it this turn. So yeah, that's going to do a lot of damage if we don't block it. So I have 8 units in reserve. There goes my ghost. Actually, my ghost might... Oh! Oh! Really? Oh, I was so worried about defending, I forgot I had an attacker that was just going to maul him with his low health. So here we can see the post-match screen. You see you get a bunch of experience. You get substantially less if you lose. And yeah, leveling up. Fantastic. I'm really happy with how that went. Unfortunately, it was so short. I think we might just go ahead and do a second match. I don't know if we'll do it against the same opponent. We'll see here. If he is willing to... Yeah, he's willing to go again. Alright. I have been kicked from the session. Alright, well, let's... Oh, no. 1v1. I definitely don't want 2v2, especially without a teammate that I can actually communicate with, because that can become a real problem. Oh, this is the same guy. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and leave, see if we can't find another match. So, I think I'll be back with you guys as soon as we find a second match. That is assuming we don't find a second match right away. Alright, it's the same guy again. Let's see if he's actually willing to go at it one more time. Oh, you know what I can actually do? Yes. Let's take Aiden here. Ah, okay, he's willing to go again. I'm fine with that. I kind of don't like that he's waited for me to ready up before he picked one. And he picked the same one that I did, so this will be a much longer match because we'll both be at full health. Now, for this kind of demonic army, I actually prefer to use the imps. Most people I see either use the hellhounds because they're really fast, or the horned demons because they do the most damage. I like the imps because they get some splash damage in there. And then I also like to grab the Nightmare and the Succubus. The Succubus, I like that unit, but I'm not really going to worry too much about keeping it alive. Mainly what I want this for is the Nightmares, because they'll all go off at the same time. And then I can use Thorn Whip, which will make them all full power when they go off, because the units won't actually all take off at the same time normally. Or, I'm sorry, the Nightmares, typically, they'll all go off when the first one takes off. They'll all attack at once. The problem with that being, if you notice, they're building up power over time. And because of that... Oh, wow, they gave him a really great setup, and I got just crap over here. Alright. But no, what I was saying is, typically, they will all go off at the same time, but the ones who haven't fully charged obviously won't be able to do their full damage. So I'm just looking at my side of the board to see what I'll be able to do here. Oh, man. Yeah, 2 sorcerers in the first turn. That's not looking too good. Okay, well, let's see. How much stuff can I do simply by deleting units? Because that will continue to give me extra turns. Now, if I delete this guy, we get another wall. I'm not fond of how this is set up starting out. Let's get, Let's go ahead and do this. And then I'll move this little fella over here. Okay. So not near as good a setup as last time, and unfortunately, since we're both playing at full health, and we're actually both playing the same character, walls can become very important, especially keeping them up, because this special ability will allow you to basically turn all of your walls into giant balls of fire and launch them at the enemy. Okay, so yeah, he's stacking up a whole lot of attackers. As you can see, those things are going to go off in 2 turns, whereas my imps over here, I believe they were imps. Were they imps? I can't remember. They're going to go off in 3 turns, so he definitely has the attack advantage here. But let's see here. Let's go ahead and get our red nightmare on the side over here up. And then we will go ahead and start to get this purple one ready to go, since he doesn't have anything lined up to attack it. And oh, he also has a pit fiend down there, so yeah, I'd really like to kill that if possible. See, there goes my nightmare. That's unfortunately for him. Fortunately for me, the attack didn't actually do any damage to my direct health, but I did lose a nightmare. And if I bring up this menu here, you can see that they do actually permanently die, at least for the match. So let's get this nightmare going, and then I don't really want to bring in my reinforcements right now, but just in case I need to mitigate damage. Crap. And it dropped one of my succubi right in front of his line of hellhounds. And I don't have any way that I can see to get a wall in front of her before the end of the turn, when that's going to go off and kill her. So what do I do here? Let's see. Let me see. Well, at the bare minimum, I can drop this over here. That gets me a nice big wall to at least mitigate some of the damage from the hounds and from that sorcerer. That other sorcerer... Jeez. See, this other sorcerer... Yeah, it didn't do as much damage, but still. So we're down to 60 health. Things are not looking fantastic. Now, luckily, he didn't get good reinforcement drop on his Pit Fiend. Unfortunately, now he does have his magic ability. He does have the walls to use it. Granted, I don't know exactly how much damage that's going to do. Now, I almost have enough to use mine as well, so what I may try and do... Well, Oh, now he can get the Pit Fiend up. If he's smart and moves to the right... No, he wants to... Why does he want the Sorcerer up when he could get the Pit Fiend in 1 turn? I think he realized his mistake there. Okay, so all I have is that Nightmare going. We need to get more reinforcements out. Oh, there's a huge gap right here in front of the Sorcerer. That does not bode well. Okay. We can get the Nightmare going. Let's do some deleting here first. Let's get that going. Let's get that going. Let's get this one, and that will link up with the one next to it. Now, I still have 2 turns. Oh, let's do this guy here to create a wall. Let's get the other Nightmare up and running. So that at least mitigated most of the damage, and there's the Pit Fiend, and as soon as that goes off, I'm most likely dead. If not... Well, no, probably dead as soon as that thing goes off, because I don't know that I have much of a way to take it down. Also, here comes the special ability, wiping out most of my forces, but also clearing his side from walls. So, if I get a good draw on creatures here when I call my reinforcements, which obviously I'm going to, if I can get a bunch of walls up, I may be able to fire directly into his ranks and do a bunch of damage. Ugh. It's not exactly what I was hoping for, game. Alright, what can we do? What can we do? I can... Oh. Okay, let's do this. That at least gets me a wall there. Now, this may seem a little silly, but I'll actually delete the wall in front. And then we'll get rid of this fella. And that gives us a marginally better wall. And we'll get rid of that guy. Now... but if I do that... I was thinking about moving this guy over here, creating a 4-wide wall, but I can't do that because then I won't have enough to get my white nightmare going. However, I will be able to get both of them going on the next turn. The white one and the purple one. And then I'll have 4 nightmares going at once, and that might actually be what ends up saving me here. Hopefully. Okay, so... oh, we can delete this guy and get another attacker over there. And then I guess probably the best thing to do is just stack this up. That'll link with the one on the right. And also we'll stand in front of that sorcerer. And then on the next turn, we are definitely going to call reinforcements. I'm a little sad I didn't get to use my ability, but I didn't really have much there to build walls with the 2 nightmares coming out, because unfortunately, the way some of the creatures stack in. But hopefully, once all 4 of these nightmares go off, because they will all go off on the next turn at full power, hopefully I will at least be able to get some walls built up and maybe fire off my ability before the end of my turn. We'll see how things fall. That's what I'm kind of hoping for, though. So here comes the attack. That's not going to be enough to kill that Pit Fiend, not by a long shot. It did kill his Sorcerer. I did get about 18 damage through there. There's another 23 damage. And that takes the Pit Fiend down to 39 for now. At least it will not do as much damage once it actually launches its attack. Now, of course, when I really need walls, I can't seem to get them. Okay? Well, what I can do, I can drop this fellow over here. That'll get me 1. And then, this is not looking good, honestly. Okay, well, wait. That'd be a real bad idea. Let's move the succubus over here. Then on the next turn, I can pull this red one over, make another wall right there, and... oh, assuming I survive. Oh, this is not looking good. Down to 13 HP. So, basically, he doesn't have any of his elite creatures out, aside from that Pit Fiend. I believe it's at 39. It may just be at 30. He is linking with it, however. Ooh. So basically, I gotta make something happen real quick, or else I'm not surviving this. Alright. So here's what we do. We bring this fellow over here. That makes another wall. We call our reinforcements. Shoot. Alright. Let's delete that wall to create some over there. Let's... oh, okay. Let's delete this purple guy, and then on the next turn we can get that nightmare going. See, I'm a little worried about using my walls. Like, I don't know what would be the better play here. Do I use my ability, fire off my fireballs, and try and take out as many of his creatures as possible? Or do I just leave the walls there for blocking purposes to hopefully mitigate as much damage as possible? Either way, I think the math is going to come out about the same. Because I don't think I have enough to kill that Pit Fiend, honestly. Alright, let's bring you over here and we'll get that going. Now, pray for some good drops. Not especially good. Okay, well, let's go ahead and create an attacker there. And then... I'm pretty sure we're dead either way. Well, I guarantee we're dead if I let him attack. So, what I'm thinking is, let's use the ability. Okay, so now what I'm looking at is, yeah, death on the next turn, pretty much. There's not really any way around that, unfortunately. So, looks like we might actually lose this one. Well, let's throw this guy over here. Hopefully he'll eat enough damage to be able to not get us killed, but I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, we took 4 there. This is going to do 61. So 53, and we have been defeated. So, you know, we win one, we lose one. As you can see, we got about 2,300 XP, so... yeah, you can see there's a big difference between a victory and a defeat as far as how much XP you earn. But I do believe that'll be it for this episode of Multiplayer Mondays on the Gaming Vector. Thank you for joining me for Might and Magic Clash of Heroes. If you have any suggestions on a game you would like to see played on here, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. And aside from that, I will see you guys next week with another episode of Multiplayer Mondays.